Okay. Well, we are back. Perfect time for a stretch because it's been so long since we've done a podcast. I believe it was 2021 with episode 13 in the first season. That was the last time that we've made a podcast, whether it be the visual version over on YouTube or the audio version on all of your favorite podcast websites. But if you're new here, which most likely are, and if you're returning, I appreciate you so much. We still get views. We still have it up. We still pay for our podcast sourcer. So, but I am Chatamus. This is Chatamus Gaming presents the Gaming Station podcast. Chatamus Productions is the production, my thing that I do, I guess. Chatamus Gaming is my streaming and my video uploading over on YouTube, and streaming, of course, is on Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok. Mainly just Twitch and TikTok now. But hi, how's everybody doing? Hopefully well. I definitely miss you guys. I hope you miss me a little bit. And if you're new here, like I said, welcome in. And today we're going to just do a short-ish video slash audio part about the games that are coming out and that have come out in the genre, basically surrounded of the looter extraction shooters, not the looter shooters, but a looter extraction shooter. Whether it be time-based to extract, or whether it be an instance that, maybe for 6 hours like the cycle was, or there's some games that I don't know exactly how long the extractions are, but today we're going to be going over basically Tarkov, which is one of the biggest ones which brought looter extraction shooters to the forefront. There's a new game that recently came out on PC called Arena Breakout Infinite, I believe. Yeah. And then that was I believe a mobile game only. We're going to be talking about Once Human, not really a looter extraction shooter, as an open world persistent, kind of like Rust, DayZ type thing. It's a very good game though, so I wanted to put it on this list. We're going to be talking about Dark and Darker, which is now called Dungeonborn. I believe that'll be coming out in July. And obviously I don't know a lot about most of these games. So I'm just going to be touching on a few things here, but we wanted to mention them at least. Obviously DMZ tried to come out with or Call of Duty came out with a mode called DMZ. I tried it once or twice. I didn't really like it. It's not the same thing. I don't know if it's updated since then. We're not even going to go into that because I'm not a big fan of Call of Duty anymore. Of course, the Day Before scam brought that. I put that on this list because of all the controversy surrounding like Tarkov right now. So I don't know a lot about that either. I do know that they tried to get more money off of people for things they had promised. And they tried changing their wording on the website, and they deleted some stuff. Big controversy. I know it's a lot better now, but it's still, they try to basically screw over their fans. So not the greatest idea. Especially when people like me have been playing it since 2017, 2018, and even earlier. I wasn't super early into the game, but I mean, given that was 7 years ago, there's a lot of people that are very upset about it. I only know a few people that purchased it. So, and then if you purchased it at the time, they came out and said that you'll get like $50 store credit, because I think they cut it down from that expansion to from 100 to 50, I believe, and that's in USD. So kind of touching on that. On the audio side, I'm not going to show obviously you guys can't see videos. I'm going to try to keep the sound out. Hopefully this recording is very good quality. I've had to change some things so I could pause, so I didn't have to keep splicing recordings together. As you know, editing this is never the funnest part of doing this, but I'm glad to be back. I hope to be continuing to do podcasts. This is going to be the beginning of season 2. It's 2024, so it's been a long time. We were going to do one final episode. I say it's only been me for quite a while. I've tried to get people together to do the podcast, so if you guys are listening to this right now, hit me up. We'll schedule a time and I'll try to get you guys on, but trying to find the same time that I have that other people don't to do a podcast has been very, very hard. Other games that have come out, there is a DayZ Tarkov mod, I believe we tried. It's a little finicky. extract camping is really bad. That is not a timed based looter shooter extraction game. It is just like DayZ. It's a perpetual world that's always there. So you just have to get the extract and you have to get out and or send back to the base, whatever. And the 3 or 4 times we got extract camped basically, or maybe we just ran into people that were extracting at the same time. Who knows? Viger, that's the newest one I've seen so far as Viger. I think I'm saying that right. I've been very interested in this game. I played it on Switch a little bit. It's really hard for me to go back to playing like controller based games, but it is now on PC. I have not picked it up I thought it was going to be free. It might be free after the play test. I don't know what they're doing. I think it's like a beta play test, but you pay for it. Maybe it's an early adopter, whatever. I'm thinking that after that it might be free. I'm not sure, but I think it's $19.99 right now on Steam. So I got some windows up here. Yeah, so it's $19.99 on Steam currently. So that's one. Like I said, I've been waiting for this one. I'm going to show a video here for anybody. I'm obviously not doing any audio. If you guys want to watch the trailers for these, or check it out on Steam. If it's on Steam, I'll probably have the link right below it as well. So sorry for the sounds. I'm still kind of working. So yeah, so working has been giving me some time to be able to make videos. If you guys have checked out the YouTube channel, or if you do, I've been able to make more videos on newer games. I'm going to be talking about some of those games on the next podcast. Right now, I just wanted to I've been trying to do an extraction looter shooter podcast basically around Tarkov for years. I just wanted to get my friends that I played with in on it, because, you know, it's a lot funner to banter back and forth. But they've just been extremely busy, as well as I have now more time, so I hope to be getting another 13 episodes done this year for the podcast, which will be including Switch games, VR games for sure, and many other games. So I try to keep the genres together. I might go a little bit here and there, which, if you guys don't mind, that's you know, that's just how it kind of works with my mind, I guess. But yeah, so that looks really good. I don't know, when I watch some people play, it doesn't look like the graphics are super enhanced from the mobile version. It is a very good looking game on mobile and on consoles. I believe it's on Xbox and Switch. It might be on PlayStation, but I don't own 5, so I don't know. But yeah, so that's Viger. I think it's gonna be a very good game, because it seemed really good while I was playing it. It just was, there was things they needed to fix. I think it's been out for like 5 years though, so maybe even longer than that. The next one I wanted to touch on was D&D, Dark and Darker. I know D&D, just, you know, you don't think of that, but yeah, Dark and Darker was a game that was very controversial in a sense that I guess somebody from one studio went to another studio and was using stuff. I don't know, but since I don't know much about that, and I'm sure you guys know more about it if you're into this genre, this is it's like a more of a medieval Skyrim type game. Not Skyrim, but you know, that era, swords, magic, bows and arrows and stuff like that. Looks really good. I've really been wanting to play it ever since I've heard it. I've downloaded every single free installment that you could play up to now, but I've never actually played it. I've gone in, I've looked at the inventory system and stuff like that, but I don't know anything about the quality of life of that game, of how it works. I've heard good and bad, but those games are very, very hard to play. So, I mean, it's a first person, you know, medieval game, swords and everything. So it looks really good. I'm really excited to see they have changed the name, I believe, to Dungeonborn, not Dragonborn. That was a different game. It's called Dungeonborn. And it does look really good. It looks really fun. And one other thing I wanted to touch on was PvP mode is a big thing. So PvP mode was one of the biggest controversies with the Tarkov, and you know, the community that's been behind it. They basically promised a PvE mode where you could play with your friends, and they were trying to then charge for that, as they called it, not DLC, which it is, and it was also promised in the very beginning. There was a third party, I don't know, group that made a PvE Tarkov with mods. And I guess that's really fun. I had a friend of mine that played it for a while and they enjoyed it a lot. So I did actually reinstall Tarkov and Tarkov Arena yesterday, and I did try it. It's very cool. I do have to say, though, it took me 7.5 minutes to get into a PvE, means just me against the environment. And, you know, they have AI players. So they're not, you know, playable characters, but they are literally AI in game that have dog tags that do different things than what the regular scavs do. I was pretty much instantly headshot. I think I played 7 matches every single time. So I don't know if it's just supposed to be extremely excruciatingly hard, though I have been playing other games. So it looks like Dungeonborn demo was available on February 2nd. You know, this is obviously May now. I'm hoping to get this episode up exactly the day that I record it. So it'd definitely be on YouTube, but we'll see. But yeah, so Dungeonborn, previously D&D, they had to change the name and everything. Yeah, so I believe when we looked into this one, okay, I don't know. I thought I had seen something about July, but I can't find it. There's no release date of what I could find at this moment. Maybe July of this year. I'm not sure. That's just a guess, just because they created the new Twitter page, X, on July of 2023. So maybe I mean, maybe they'll do an early access or something then. Anyways, that's Dungeonborn. I'm looking forward to it, but I'm more of a shooter, looter extraction player. So we're gonna throw up here I disappeared. I had it up and then it was gone. I believe this is the one. Yeah, just for this, in case you're new and you don't really know too much about Tarkov. Tarkov is very very realistic in most aspects. The game itself is beautiful. Probably the most demanding that I had ever played when it comes to graphics. The graphics are very realistic. You obviously can change some settings, as you can see here. There's it looks like they do have I can't remember what they call the settings, but the additional colors, they've brightened it up a lot because it was very dull looking. But yeah, Tarkov has been one of my favorite games, definitely the last 4 years. I definitely played it in the very beginning. Let's see. And it was they had a lot of bugs, but it was fun. And looking back now, a lot of those things made the game what it is. And it was a lot of fun to play. A lot of fun if you have friends, and to play solo. Currently, you know, playing these kind of looter shooter extraction games, it can be very challenging to play with just, you know, by yourself against, you could be going up against 2 or 3 teams of 4 or 3 or even a duo. So it has its ups and downs when it comes to the genre, but still one of the best. We hope that they keep on the same path of, you know, working with the community and helping us with, you know, what we need them to do for the game. So it's been a long time since I've played Tarkov, besides yesterday. So I've got a lot of animosity towards the game. There's a lot of things that I don't like. One of the biggest things is cheaters. So we're hoping when they finally do port it over to the new engine, I believe is the right term, that a lot of that stuff will cease to exist. Get a new anti-cheat and stuff. That would be great. So, and on to the next game. One I have bought but haven't actually played yet is a Twisted Path to the Renown, I believe. Twisted Path to Renown. It is basically the same take. Looks like a really good game. I have not played it. I picked it up. Again, these are games that I like to play with friends while on stream. Computer's been broken the last couple of weeks. I've had a lot of issues. Finally got it running again to where I could stream and obviously make videos. So it is an early access on Steam. It is very I'm very much anticipating playing this game, but I really don't want to play solo, though it does look like the streams that I've watched, it does look like a game that you can play solo on and not have too much of an issue, because everybody that I'd seen, I haven't seen anybody, there might be a reason to this, but everybody that I've seen playing has been playing solo and only ran into solo players. So maybe you can only go in solo, or maybe there's a mode like kind of like PUBG where you can play, you know, solo, duo, or, you know, squad. So not too sure about that. The next thing I wanted to go over is one I did recently play. It's very buggy, but I think it has potential. It's not my favorite one on this list. Obviously Tarkov used to be my favorite looter shooter extraction game. But this one is called, I believe, Project Loot or Project Leet. It's L33T. I was able to get access just yesterday. So I went in and I did a couple on stream. It was, I don't know, it's new. So, and it's obviously early access. I believe it's in alpha. It's not even in beta, but it looks really good. It looks like it has like the Fortnite UI, but it looks like what should have been the day before. That was the big game with the huge scam. That wasn't ever really a game. So it also looks like The Division, which I was going to bring up there when I was looking up games that are like looter extraction shooters. There's supposed to be a game, The Division 2, Banner Lord or something. What is it? What did it say? Division 2 Homeland, which The Division always seemed like that type of game, but it's not to the extreme of like Tarkov. But so I believe The Division might be bringing on a type of looter shooter extraction game. I'm not sure. I didn't really look too much into it. Obviously this episode, I don't want it to be too long, given it's my first time back, and I want to try to keep your guys' attention. So the next one I want to go into was I totally forgot about, which was a game that I adore. It's very funny, very fun to play. I say funny because of the bugs. It reminds me of when Tarkov first came out, but Tarkov wasn't mainstream when it first came out. It was very, very niche. It had a very small audience, and very, very small audience that were streaming, because at that time 2017 wasn't big for video game streaming with a lot of people. You know, you had your big creators, but I think this is before like Fortnite too. I'm not 100% positive on that though. Might be around the same time. I don't remember when PUBG and Fortnite came out, but I think it was, you know, I think PUBG was like 2015 or something. Fortnite was right after, so maybe. But anyways, so this game I played a lot of with my friends and by myself. It is very hard to play solo, especially nowadays. In the beginning, it wasn't too bad. I was able to download it it was a Discord game. I don't know what that even means, but I was able to download it through Discord way back in the day. The roadmap looks pretty good for the game. The game itself has got so many updates, and recently it's got mostly positive reviews. I would say I would give this game an 8, maybe an 8.5 out of 10 when it comes to this genre, but it is completely different. You're in space. You get to fly a ship to go to a loading bay, or you know, you could drive, as you're seeing here. This is I don't even know what it's called. It's the thing that's in your aircraft a pod. It's a landing pod or something like that. So you can literally breach other people's ships. You can breach the AI ships, or you can land inside one of the mini maps that they have. It is a timed based, but it is also in a sense procedurally generated. I don't know what the exact words are, but you don't know what 3 or 4, I don't know, 2, 3, 4, whatever it is now. You don't know exactly what maps are going to be in that procedurally generated area. Sorry, my headset literally just died, so which is funny because I thought it had plenty of battery. It could be having issues, who knows. So you could go in and there could be the prison, the naval, the Red Baron is a part of that. So one of the bosses. It's really cool. I'm really excited to get back into that game, to get back into streaming that as well. So I believe that one is on Steam now, as you guys see here. Yeah, it's $29.99. Very much worth it. I've played with friends. We've got lots of fun videos, fun clips, everything. I mean, it really was one of the funner games. Anyways, Project Loot. Yeah, like I said, it was very new. Very beginning. It's only an alpha play test, and it's closed, so I got lucky to get it. So I'm not going to touch too much on it because it is literally the earliest version of any of these games besides the ones that are coming out in the future. So, but yeah, check that out. I mean, if you guys like these kinds of games on PC, try to get a code and meet me in there, because I'll be playing a little bit of this, trying to get some videos done on it since it's so new. I try to get as many newer games videos as I can. So we're just trying to set up here for the next game. All right, so next we have, which I forgot about this one too, which is another game that I've been playing. I've made videos and you guys enjoyed on YouTube, or if you're here obviously watching this. Yeah, Incursion Red River, another great example of a new extraction looter shooter doing things correctly. It needs more content. It's obviously in beta, I believe. It might even be an alpha. But I have played a lot of this. At first it was a little, but as of right now, from when I played it, it's been about 2 weeks since I played it. I'm looking forward to new updates, new additions. It's got one map, I want to say, maybe 2, 3, maybe 3 maps. It looks like just one though. I can't remember. It's been a while since I played. Very fun. Love the gunplay. The AI is pretty good, considering when I get into the next game, I'll expand more on the AI. They're not like Tarkov instant headshotting in the beginning, but they can definitely see you sometimes when you can't see them. But Incursion Red River, also on Steam, also fun. I purchased this game and it is, I would give it a 7 right now, but it deserves more than that. As soon as they get some more content into the game, I think it'll blow up more. So, all right, the next one of these isn't something I forgot about, but we were kind of saving it, and I kind of, while I was going through a lot of these games, kind of forgot about. So don't hold it against me. The game that we've been playing recently, that we got a key on like the first day that they started the PC beta, thank goodness, is called Arena Breakout Infinite. Now I think I touched on this in the very beginning. This is basically the PC version is from a mobile version that copied Tarkov. It's the best way to put it, allegedly. So, I mean, you've seen that with, PUBG and other battle royales was a huge thing in 2015, 16, 17, 18. PUBG, you had, obviously, Call of Duty Warzone, Fortnite, unfortunately. Obviously, you guys know that. If you've watched any of my other videos, we don't talk about Fortnite. It's just not a game. But I'm not a big fan. So, y'all that like it, you'll have fun with that. There's games for everybody, and that one's not for me. Anyways, Arena Breakout Infinite is very similar to Tarkov, but it does a lot of things that Tarkov will never do because of player immersion and realism. Now, there's been a lot of funny videos put out about like locating your friends, having a map with GPS, etc. And people have proven that that is realistic. You can look at a map, and if you have GPS locator, if it's a digital map, you can literally see your friends or your military partners, whatever you want to call it in real life. Your squad, you can see them. So that should be a thing in Tarkov, but if it's not, that's fine. Arena Breakout is doing a lot of things that Tarkov won't and isn't. A lot of people are coming over and playing it. It's still in beta. It's a closed beta. Wait, I don't even think it's closed beta anymore. It might be. Yeah, I think it's going to be a closed beta for a long time. I know they expanded it. It's going to be until like December, if not longer. I try not to put too many facts in my podcasts, videos, because I don't know exactly, because a lot of the times I look up something and then it changes. And sometimes I look up or have written down stuff from a week ago or 2 weeks ago. But I like to get my experience out through me onto the podcast or into my videos about how I feel. I feel the game's really good. The what is it called? The squad up method is great. You can actually see a list of people, in squads. Right now, it seems like they only have 1 or 2 servers over in Asia. So it's been really bad on ping, but the gameplay itself is extremely fun. The guns are great. It isn't as realistic feeling as Tarkov, but it does a good job of making you feel like it is. But it is a great game to jump in solo and play with other people. You can squad up. You have a random squad or a random join up, or you could literally find a list of it. I should have just brought the game up, but it's fine. But it's fun. Arena Breakout Infinite is definitely one of the best iterations of looter shooter extraction game since Tarkov. It definitely is going in the right direction. A lot of people, it's huge right now. A lot of people are playing it. A lot of people are enjoying it. There's very little bad reviews, and most of them just don't make sense because it's in closed beta. So, I mean, you can't really review bomb a closed beta game. You can say, hey, free copy, got invited, whatever. I don't even remember. I don't think you even have to pay. It's going to be free. So that's another thing. It's going to be free. So of this list of free games, Viger was supposed to be free. It might be free eventually. I don't know. It is really good. So check it out if you can. I believe they're giving out codes still. A lot of streamers are getting codes to give away. I think you can sign up yourself and try to get a code. But that is Arena Breakout. We'll be doing a lot more videos, a lot more streams, and probably talk about this in the future podcasts as well, as it is a game that is on my list of playing because I can just literally load out, jump in, play with random people. I've met a bunch of cool people on there. So hopefully I'm gonna shout this podcast out. So if you guys that I've played with prior to today, which is Friday, May 17th, y'all know who you are. And for the people that I meet in the future, you guys are awesome. I appreciate you all. And the true gamers out there, much love to you all. So it's not hard to be a true gamer, just FYI. So of that is mainly my list right now. This is, like I said, I wanted to keep it a short episode. Try for under 30 minutes. My episodes before have been 45 minutes to an hour and a half. So when I get more people to join in with me, we'll do more of a deep dive on some things, more facts of what we see online versus like hearsay and what I can just quickly look up on Google. Sorry for the squeaky chair. I'll probably be getting a new one here soon. It is broken. That's another thing that I got to get fixed. So the last thing I wanted to touch on today was, like I said, we put this on the list. It's not a looter extraction shooter. It's mainly a looter shooter, which you can build stuff in. But of the games in the last 2 months that I've played the most that are in this very niche genre, this is more, I don't even know how to put it. Because you can build your base, you can do a bunch of missions, there's meetups. This game is just an example of games in 2024 that are doing it 100% right. I've seen very little bad reviews on this game. It is still, I believe, a beta. I don't think it's closed off anymore. I haven't seen very many. We've also only played PvE. We haven't played PvP, so I'm not even going to touch the PvP aspect. But on the PvE side, the story is great. The missions are great. The difficulty level of different areas are great. So I guess the best thing I can compare it to is maybe Borderlands in a sense. But the graphics are amazing. The gameplay, the grinding is just great. Like, it seems at first like grinding could take a long time, but it really doesn't, and it makes it so fun while you're grinding it. I'm going to try to save more of this for another episode as well, because it is a different genre of games. It's so fun. I mean, you are in a post-apocalyptic world, obviously, seems to be the thing. There's, I don't know if you want to call them zombies, but basically zombies. I mean, this scene for the audio people, the scene we're looking at right now looks like Days Gone. You're just a dude driving on a motorcycle, and we played the alpha test last year, and it was really hard to get a vehicle. I don't even think I did. You had to be like 25 at first. Now it's so much easier to get a vehicle that's just not much faster than running at first. You can upgrade your vehicles, you can upgrade everything. It's great. It's a phenomenal game. You can play with friends. It's online. It's an open world, and it's always going, kind of like Rust and DayZ and stuff. So great game. Check it out. We'll talk about it more on a later episode, but I just wanted to say thank you guys. If you're here from the previous episodes, or just been following me, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you all. Sorry for the delay of the last 3 years. Basically, I've kept previous episodes up. It does cost a little bit, but it's one of those things that I've always wanted to do a podcast. I've always wanted to be involved in a podcast, and it kind of stinks that the main thing that I've based my podcast around is just new and upcoming games. Sorry, I've been talking for way too long. Hopefully you guys enjoy me talking. Hopefully it sounds good, especially since there's no music or anything. But I wanted to make sure there was no dead air. But I've had so much to talk about. There's been so many times that I've done an outline of podcasts and just didn't record it. Or I've even started recording a podcast and just never did anything with it. And now, because a drive burned up, I don't even have any of my old videos. Even the videos I've been working on are all gone. I've lost literally everything on one hard drive. So, and it was my main recording hard drive. So probably shouldn't have been. It wasn't the best hard drive, but now we got another M.2. So all this is looking good for the future. So I appreciate you all. We'll be talking more on Switch, VR, other games, different genres and everything. You guys let me know, please. Feedback has been one thing that I don't have very much of, even if it's just over on YouTube. If you're listening to this audio version right now, if you could just go to the YouTube Chatamus Productions and comment. I don't know how comments work on like Spotify or Apple or Google Play, all those different podcasts. I don't know how it works. I don't ever get anything. So all I see is the views, the view length and stuff like that. So, but thank you guys again so much. Like I said, I've been shouting out I have Twitch, Chatamus Gaming, Chatamus and Chatamus Gaming over on TikTok. One's like singing, the other one's, video games and me streaming. YouTube is Chatamus Productions, and that's pretty much it. There's a Facebook group for the podcast. There's a Twitter, I believe, for the podcast or my own stuff. All that stuff will be in the YouTube description. I believe everything should be on the podcast main website. I don't even remember what it's called because it's been so long. I just pay them money and they do their thing. So I'll figure that out. But yeah, you can actually follow the link, and I believe it should link you to that company that I use. But I appreciate you guys again. Thank you for joining into the streams. If you've been watching the streams, I've actually never had anybody come and say I came from the podcast, but if you guys want to, you guys can come watch me get utterly destroyed by people in these looter extraction shooter games. So, but I appreciate you all again. I know I've probably said that like 10 times, but you guys are the reasons why I do this, besides the fact of my love for video games. I love video games. I'm able to play them more often now, and I do plan on playing as much as I can outside of work. So thank you guys again. Keep on smiling, keep on gaming, and I hope to have future guests come on and talk with me about different games and see their points of view and how they feel, and other things other than just gaming, because it is the Gaming Station podcast, but we're all human, we all live in this world, and there's so many things to talk about. So love you all. I'll see you guys later. Keep on smiling, keep on gaming. Okay, love you, bye.